Hello, good morning, everybody. Welcome to our session today. Please do get involved in the chat, say your hellos and let us know your business, let us know where you're tuning in from. Today, we're really excited to be talking about TikTok and how to shine in 2022 with our fantastic trainer, Catherine George. Hi, Catherine.
Hi everyone.
Hello. So today our webinar is in partnership with the Lloyds Bank Academy. We've been working with these guys for over a year now. We've got lots and lots of free resources over on the Small Business Britain Facebook page, and you can also go to the Lloyds Bank Academy website to find more out there. We'll be taking questions throughout, so please do pop them into the Q&A function as we go, just so we can see them clearly. And we will come to these at the end of the session. We are recording, so don't worry if you miss out on anything. You can always catch up there and we'll send them to you. I'm going to go away and come back at the end of the questions and hand over to you, Catherine.
Awesome, lovely. Thank you so much, Amber. So hi everyone, welcome to Shine on TikTok in 2022. So there's loads to cover. So I'm just going to jump straight in. And for those of you who don't know me, we're going to start with the awkward introductions. So my name is Catherine George. I'm a social media marketing expert, and I help businesses and brands all over the world to really master their social media. And I do this in two different ways. I own a full service social media marketing agency called Social. I also have a primarily free online training resource called So Savvy, which is where these slides will be available at the end. And today I'm here with my Small Business Britain champion hat on, where I get to teach all you lovely people all about social media. So, and as I've already said, I own a company called Social. We are down in actually a miserly Cornwall today, which is like miserly drizzle. And we do all things social media. And actually really beneficial for this call is we are a TikTok agency partner. So really here to help deliver to you today. So I'm going to start with this question. And I feel like this is something I still get asked all the time, especially by people who aren't quite sure. So what is TikTok? So TikTok is a short form video sharing app that makes you the star. It drives culture, it drives trends, and it entertains across the world. And a really big thing I want you all to focus on in this sentence is it makes you the star. TikTok really does make everyone the star of their own show and really brings entertainment forward. You know, it gives us and creators and businesses and brands all over the world really this huge global network where you can grow. But of course, there always has to be this one central spot. And we do see more and more people using this network to really kind of promote their self brands and have lots of fun. And that's the other thing I really want everyone to remember and be aware of is this is a very fun network. And the reason we go to TikTok is we go for our daily entertainment. We want to be entertained. We might have 5 or 6 minutes to kill. We might be slightly bored, you know, or it might just be you know, one of the things where actually I've got 10 minutes to kill. I'm not quite sure, not kind of figuring out what's going on. So let me just see. Sorry, I've just seen a few things that the chat is disabled. So let me see if I can fix that for you quickly. Okay, hopefully I have managed to undisable the chat. Sorry about that, but hopefully that's worked, fingers crossed. So this is why we use TikTok. It's a place to entertain, it's a place to drive culture, drive events, have fun, and actually make you the star of the show. And yes, thank you. I'm so pleased the chat is now working. So ironic that I'm the tech one and I always have tech issues. So thank you all for bearing with me. So now this is a really important question. Why should I use TikTok for my business? I get asked this quite a lot, and I have lots of people come up to me and go, I was told that I should use TikTok for my business. Well, spoiler alert, because someone told you to do something is not a very good idea. That's not good business sense. It's not a very good life motto. But there are some reasons that we could consider using TikTok for our business. And these are some of them. So it has 884 million active users. So these are people who actively log in every day, every other day, and engage on this platform. It is the fastest growing social media network. So it's finally booted Instagram off that title. TikTok is now the fastest growing social media network. And it should be mentioned here that it is growing across all age ranges. So yes, it is the biggest platform for Gen Z. So those born between 1997 and 2012. That makes me feel really old when I read that. But we are seeing onboarding from lots of different age groups. And this demographic is starting to broaden ever so slightly. It is a really great place and a really great platform to work with influencers. Because as we already know, as we've already discovered and spoken about, influencers really are the stars of the show. People are the stars of the show on TikTok. Again, keep that thought with you, because straight away we have to think, well, how much am I prepared to be in these videos? Because there's going to be an element of TikTok and yourself if you want to use it for your business. So TikTok are also working really, really hard to support businesses. So we can now advertise. And actually, there is also in-app shopping with a Shopify connection. So anyone who does sell e-com and especially uses Shopify, please make sure you've got that in-app shopping switched on, because it brings you this full holistic in-app experience, which is so important for the TikTok audience because they are very fickle. The other thing I absolutely love about TikTok and why it is so good for business is this app focuses on new content discovery. So that means it's actively showing your content to new people and actively trying to help you grow. So it's not like Instagram where we're always focusing on followers all the time. We're trying to get these followers up. Actually, on TikTok, you stand as much chance of going viral as someone who's got 100,000 followers. So yes, there's a few caveats to that, which I'll explain slightly later. But actually, it means you've got this even playing field. TikTok really does level the playing field for businesses. But there are a few caveats to be aware of. So as I've already mentioned, TikTok has a really fickle audience who want to be entertained. So it is phenomenal if you can use this Shopify integration, if you can get people to buy your products within the app. Keep them going. Don't get them off TikTok. Keep them entertained. If you don't have that integration, if you need people to go to a website, you notice straight away, unless there's something to hook them in, unless there's something to keep them engaged and keep them thinking, they drop off, they vanish. So you can see really, really high traffic, but you can also see a really high bounce rate. So there are things you can do to kind of mitigate against this. So as I've already said, if you sell on Shopify, what you can do is integrate with Shopify. Alternatively, you can use tools like ClickFunnels and Lead Pages, which are external apps that sit on top of your website and create a more TikTok-friendly experience for people. It keeps them very entertained. It keeps them moving. The other thing we need to be aware of is TikTok has very mixed opinions. Some people absolutely hate this platform, and we are seeing it banned in certain countries around the world. So that's just something for us to be aware of. And it kind of buckles back to really knowing and understanding your audience, because actually, how does your audience feel about TikTok? And the other key thing to remember is TikTok isn't for everyone. I say this so many times on so many of my events and exhibits and talks is you don't have to be on every social media network. You need to be where your customers are. So with that in mind, let's look at how we start. And no one will be surprised to hear that it all starts with your customer. As with every element of marketing, every element of digital marketing, social media marketing, it all begins with your customer. So this means you have to create your customer profiles or your customer personas. Many different names, they are all the same thing. And to this day, I make all of my team draw customer profiles because it helps you really understand them. So think about, well, actually, who is my age? What's my ideal age customer? What's my gender of customer? Are they men? Are they women? Are they gender neutral? How old are they? Is it everyone? Now, spoiler alert, some people on this call will be sitting there going, my customer's everyone. Everyone's my customer. No one on this call sells oxygen. Not everyone is your customer. So you really need to hone it down. Be aware that you'll speak to a 18-year-old woman very differently to a 45-year-old woman. So really narrow down these customer profiles because they will help you so much. Think about their income, and more importantly now, especially in our current economic situation, think about their disposable income. So what can they actually afford to spend? And where does your product fall within that, or your service? Is it a necessity or is it a treat? Is it something they can live without, but it's a nice little something for them? What are their hobbies and lifestyle choices? So are they really eco-conscious? Are they massively into a specific sport like horse riding or paddleboarding or running? Do they prioritize weightlifting over everything else? Are they vegan? Are they a student? Really get your head around this because it helps so much. And start working through this entire list. So look at their job, their education level, their relationship status. Relationship status is so often overlooked because people don't think about it. But actually, a single person makes very different decisions to a couple, a single mother, a family. And as you look at that relationship status, think about the DMU. So the decision-making unit. This is the person who actually pays the bills. They part with the cash. And there is a phenomenal TikTok case study about Moss Rocks, have a Google, where they've done this awesome campaign targeting kids, targeting pest to power. And then the latter half of the TikTok talks about how they can't kill it. And it's a cheap, low-cost pet. So that is a really great example of speaking to the user, who is the child, and the person who's actually paying the bill, so the parent who's the DMU. So their social status, this is a really big driving force, and it does affect everything. And the reason they buy. So do they need it? Do they want it? Or is this some in-group mentality? Are you selling a massive trend that everyone wants to be on board with? So I always call this piece of work squirrely work, because no one likes to do it and it makes you feel a little bit like icky. But honestly, spend time doing this because it will make all of your marketing, not just your TikTok, so much easier. And then because we are talking about TikTok, look at these other things. So first of all, make sure your audience is actually on TikTok. It's a big thing I see. Lots of people jump onto lots of different websites and social networks. And then we go, but are your customers there? And they go, no, they're not. Okay, so figure out whether they are on TikTok and then start to figure out how they use TikTok and what kind of videos they're engaging with. What influencers are they following? Do they follow big influencers, micro influencers? Are they on there for looking for ideas and inspiration? Are they on there to fill some time? What hashtags do they engage with? What trends are they following? Now, some of this is a little bit of guesswork, but some of it can also be a case of physically asking them. So ask your audience and say, what happens? You know, what do you engage with? Ask them on other networks. Speak to your customers because they have all of this knowledge. And a big thing I have to stress with TikTok is one of the biggest echo chambers within social. So every social media network is designed to bring you things that it thinks you love, things that you engage with, things that you are going to spend time with, things that are going to keep you on the platform. TikTok is the worst. So if you don't believe me, swap phones with your friend and scroll through their TikTok feed, and you will be utterly amazed what you will see. And this is the big thing I just want to really hammer home to everyone before we start creating content. because the content you see on your TikTok might not be the content your customers see. And actually, really, it probably isn't. So what we need to do is really understand, well, these are everything that we're seeing. We're seeing these trends. We're seeing lots of these videos. But before you kind of jump in and go, oh, I'm going to do one of these, it's about kind of stopping and thinking and understanding, is this right for my customer? Will this work? Because actually finding your customers on TikTok can be a little bit like hide and seek. So it's interesting, TikTok, and there are so many different places that people can find you and engage with you. And there's a few kind of top tips. So it's a little bit like we're trying to find them and they're trying to find us, and it's just trying to meet in the middle. So how do we find them? So people will find your content in 3 different ways. The For You feed. So this is the feed that everybody wants to be in. It's the feed you land in when you switch on TikTok. The Following feed. So this is where someone's already found you. So they're already hooked in, they're already following you. They know that they're interested in you, and you go to the supplementary following feed. And the final one is Search. And Search is a great place to really make your content work hard and give some real longevity to your content. So we'll look at each one in turn. So we'll start with the For You feed. And these are some examples from my For You feed. Mine is full of kittens and horses and travel. And I love my TikTok. It's a wonderful place to be. But how do you get into this feed? How do you get into the For You feed? So videos appear here based on user interactions. So this means the kind of video that people are engaging with. So as you can see from mine, I engage a lot with videos of horses, so I see lots of horses. It also looks at the video information. So this is something that we can't really control. So the user interactions, that comes from knowing and understanding our audience. We know that our audience watch lots of how I get my baby to sleep videos. So we can understand that, but we can't control it. The video information we can control. So the video information are things like what music is in this video. So this is where selecting our trending tracks is really important. What captions have we got in this video? So what caption have we written around the video? What hashtags are we using? So we know from an earlier TikTok event that on TikTok, we write captions and hashtag with purpose. So less is more. But actually, it's vital that we get that information across. It can also take into consideration the text within the videos. So really understand and utilize that video information. And the final thing it takes into consideration is the device settings. So if some people have iOS 14 switched on or off or tracking off, that can also affect the content you see. So everyone is fighting to be in this For You feed, right? This is where you go viral. But the big secret is you don't want to be in everyone's For You feed. You want to be in your customers' For You feed. There is no point being shown to 200,000 people who aren't interested in what you're selling. You are better off getting a reach of 400 or 500 of people who are likely to convert. The other great thing with your For You feed, and it's the big reason I love TikTok, is it doesn't matter how many followers you have or how many views your previous videos have had. Every video is treated on merit, and it goes through a manual accreditation approval process. So you put your video live, it goes to anywhere up to like 20 people. They like it, if they comment on it, if they watch it the whole way through, TikTok goes, oh, this is great. So they'll share it to a few more people. That could be up to 100 if they like the same thing, and it goes up layer by layer by layer until you hit a manual approval process. When your content is manually approved, that's when it can go viral. So TikTok really gives everyone the same opportunities to get into the For You feed. Now, your following feed is slightly different, and actually it's an easier place. So when people follow you, you appear in both the following feed and the For You feed. So actually it gives you a much stronger chance of going viral. So from an algorithm point of view, following isn't important. But when you kind of get down to it, actually, if you've got loads of followers, if they watch your video and like it, it's going to appease that For You algorithm. So it gets a little bit complicated. So followers are nice to have, but not as important. The big thing is when someone follows you, as long as you post regularly, they will find you. Your content will appear for them. So once someone follows you, they're moving down the sales funnel, they're starting to become more and more interested in purchasing from you. A sneaky thing as well, just to mention, is that your friends feed should also probably be mentioned here. So you've got your For You feed, you've got your following. These are the really big feeds that we care about. But you'll notice on TikTok, you also get this lovely friends button. And within there, you get suggestions. So it can see the people who follow me and I follow them and they might be my friends, but you'll also get suggestions of businesses. So this is where it is important to start to collect your followers a little bit, but they aren't as important as the quality of the video. So put them as your second priority and always focus on awesome content as that number one important thing. So, and the final place we need to talk about is search. So I've got a bit of a secret. I'm going to let you all know. Lots and lots of people use TikTok for search. Within Gen Z, it's actually a bigger search engine than Google. That's what TikTok is saying. I'm not saying that's true or not. I'm not going to get in an argument between TikTok and Google, but we do know thousands and hundreds of thousands of people use TikTok for search. So we need to maximize this within our content. We need to think with our videos, how can we make this work? What can we use within our search? So what is search on TikTok? So when we go to TikTok and we hit that little search icon, we have a few options. So first of all, you'll see suggested searches. So this is this list along the bottom, and we can see this is things that TikTok thinks are important to me. So you can see some of these are really big. They get the little flame. Some of them are kind of staying at the top. And others are things that TikTok thinks I'm interested in. So actually, TikTok knows that I'm not photogenic. Look, it said there, poses for non-photogenic people. It knows that I'm interested in business. I'm seeing this life of a young entrepreneur. So just by looking at this search, you can straight away go, which elements of these can I use as content? How can I make my content last longer? Then you can also start searching. So in this middle search, we can see I've put in a search for new shoes. So think actually, what are my customers going to search for? What are they going to be looking for? Are there any questions that you can solve for them? So I've just put in new shoes and straight away, I've got a massive list of content ideas, suggestions, and a way that I can make my content last longer. So I could be selling some new shoes, and straight away I can go, great, well, actually, I can do a video all about new shoes for women. I can incorporate hashtag new shoes check. You can really make it work. And then the final one is searching via hashtags. So again, I'm down in Cornwall. Shout out to everyone else from Cornwall on the call. Thank you for coming. So I've just put in hashtag Cornwall, and straight away, I've got content suggestions of best places, hidden gems. I've got accounts that I follow. I've got Cornwall things to do. I've got Cornwall surfing. So straight away I can go, actually, they're the things I should be talking about. And I'm going to give you a little example of actually search in action. So this is something I looked at last week. I don't know whether anyone can tell. I now have braces on. And they were rubbing. And I was like, I don't understand how to put on this orthodontics wax. And I put it into Google, and all the YouTube videos were so long. They were like really, really long. I was like, I haven't got time for that. My braces are hurting. What do I do? I thought, I know, I'm going to go to TikTok. And I just typed in orthodontic wax. That's simple. And I got all of these videos that came up. And within 30 seconds, I understood how to use my orthodontic wax. Turns out I've been putting it on completely wrong. And really interestingly, this was a paid partnership. So an influencer taught me how to put on my orthodontics wax, then also said, do you know what? We've got this in a great flavor and these guys sell it and it's really cheap. So I then bought some. So I'm sorry it's a really boring example, but I thought it was a really genuine example of how quickly I was like, I need a solution to my problem. I haven't got time to trawl through YouTube, and I want someone actually showing me in an approachable way. And then it led to a sale. So it's a beautiful use of TikTok. So the last thing I want to talk to you about search and TikTok in general is TikTok's secret weapon. So Creator Center is something that everyone who is using TikTok for business should be all over. It's completely free. You do have to sign up to a business account and therefore an ad account, but you don't have to use any adverts. But TikTok Creator Center shows you so much. It shows you what's trending, what music's trending, what accounts are trending, what's happening with ads. It gives you insights. So the latest post they shared this week was all about using TikTok lingo to engage with your customers, because it is so important on this network to engage with your customers in a way that they understand. So get yourself signed up to TikTok Creator Center. And then when you're there going, oh, I don't quite know what to post about, or actually we know that our niche audience love construction. They are all in construction. What you can do is click on the construction button, and within there, TikTok will tell you what is trending, what tracks are trending, and how you can utilize it. And it's completely free. So embrace Creator Center. And I really, really have to stress, understanding your customer and why they use TikTok is fundamental to success. It so is. And again, with TikTok, it can take a really long time. You could do one video and go viral, and then the rest take a little while. It could be really slow growth. But the more you understand your customer, why they use TikTok, and actually the search elements within TikTok, the more success you will have. So now we know all of that. How do we do it? How do we start, and how do we create TikToks? So I have got five favorite places that I like to create TikToks. And I'm going to talk you through them all at once. So we've got in-app, we've got TikTok templates, which are also in-app. You can do them all at once on your phone. You can use Canva, or my new secret weapon, Instagram Reels templates. So there's also some news about Instagram going on. So let's have a look. So the first one is in-app. So you can pick up your phone and you can start taking pictures. So here is one I took of the glamorous office this morning, but you can see I can take a video, I can switch effects on, I can add filters, I can play with different enhancers, I can set timers, I can put on a flash. So I can literally start playing with my phone straight away. Or you can see from the right, I can do a video of my cat winking. Unfortunately, I couldn't upload the cat winking onto the slide deck, which made me quite sad, but she did wink during this little video. So you can just start picking up your phone, playing and having fun. Remember, on TikTok, it doesn't have to be perfect. It has to be fun, it has to be engaging, it has to be real. Basically, has to be a TikTok. The other thing you can do is upload from your library. So you can see my very exciting library there, and you can upload images, videos, and bring it all together within the app and then start editing it. Editing within the app is really simple. Just work through all the processes. I find it a little bit tricky because I've got quite fat thumbs and quite a small phone screen. So that is the only thing that puts me off editing within the TikTok app. But there is a video I did on my TikTok last week, which actually was done in the app. It was done really quickly. I think it took me about 20 minutes, where I uploaded a video and then several different photos along a trending track and just dragged and dropped them in. The more you play with the in-app features in TikTok, the easier it becomes. The other great thing with in-app is if you're like, I really struggle with this, or I see all these cool things going on and I don't quite get how I make that happen, is you can utilize TikTok templates. So to find these, go to the app, hit the big plus button, and we're looking for templates along the bottom. These are then so simple. because what you can do is just drop your pictures in, drop your videos in, and what it will do is bring the backings in around you. So last night when I looked, there was 85 current TikTok templates. Some of them go back to New Year's Eve 2021. So they are updated quite regularly. I also have an example of a TikTok template on my account. I'm at Also Catherine, and it is just a really quick way to create content in the app. So if you want to use in the app, this is a great way to do it. One of my other favorite ways to create content is just take your phone for a walk. And I know this sounds really bizarre, but remember, with all of our social content, we are telling a story. So actually, take your phone for a walk. It means no editing time, means it's really fresh and engaging because you're telling that story straight away. It makes your life so much easier. You can either record it directly within the app, or you can just do it on your phone, whichever phone that is. Just take it for a walk, do a really short video and upload it in later. If you really, really hate your phone, if you need something a little bit different, Canva is our best friend. Canva allows you to upload video, allows you to upload picture, and it allows you to crop it all to mobile video. So one of the best things I can do, one of the best tips I can give you is if you go to Canva, create a mobile video and put 1.3 seconds per image. It's a really nice, easy, simple thing to do. And what it does is it allows you to create mobile video really quickly. You can also crop existing full screen video without the use of fancy editing software. So it's a great place to give it a try. And the final place I'm going to give you as a great place to create TikToks is Instagram Reels. So there is a big argument, falling out, disagreement between TikTok and Instagram. And TikTok and Instagram Reels are very, very different beasts. However, sometimes the tools we use to create them aren't the same. And I got Instagram Reels templates on Friday night, and they are phenomenal for creating content. So all I was doing was scrolling down through Instagram and my Instagram Reels, and I saw this use template button here. And I thought, oh, I've not seen that button before. And it's the nature of Instagram. Some people may have had this for a long time. Some people may still be waiting for it. For me, it's brand new. And if you hit use template, you get this lovely screen like this. And what that allows you to do is slot in images that match the music. I can't tell you how long I spent trying to create a video that matched the Owen Wilson wow on TikTok. I lost a day. I still couldn't do it. So I feel like this is something that Instagram Reels have understood, and they are now allowing you templates to do it. So my latest TikTok, it's also on Instagram Reels, was created using this template. Took me about 3 minutes, if that. Really quick, really simple. Before I posted it to my IG Reel, I downloaded it. So I downloaded it without the sound. I downloaded it with a complete video, and then I uploaded it into my TikTok. So this is a really great tool, and anyone who hears me talk really regularly will say different networks, different audiences, and really there is a different network on Instagram Reels, different audience on Instagram Reels and TikTok. But I think a bit of daisy chaining, a bit of cross promoting on your IG Reels and your TikTok are fine, as long as you remember which audience is which content you do where, and as long as you make sure you're definitely embracing the fun on TikTok. So a quick top tip for everyone with an iPhone is when you are creating your TikToks, your live photos can be turned into video really, really quickly, which means there's no more panic about photos versus videos. And it's genuinely one of my favorite things with TikTok, because I'm like, oh no, I'm running out of ideas. I haven't got enough video. All I do is upload my lives. They turn into little videos and it works beautifully. So everyone on an iPhone gets a nice little win there. So what about TikTok stories? So some of you may have noticed that when we upload to TikTok, we've got camera, we've got templates, and sat in the middle, we have got TikTok stories. So this is the TikTok story I did last night. It's like I reverted back to being a teenager. I used a freckles filter. And TikTok stories are just like stories on every other social media network. They stay for 24 hours. They display on your profile in a blue ring. What is cool is you can use all these trending filters. So freckles was trending for me last night. So you can use these trends. You can use these other elements to kind of bring engagement up. You can add stickers, you can add text, you can add filters. They can appear in the For You feed. They can appear in the following feed. I spent a good 2 hours last night scrolling through TikTok trying to find one that did appear. Nothing. I saw none. So actually, they're more relevant for following. But again, it's very rare that content gets seen in a timely manner on TikTok. Content can take a really, really long time to grow. So TikTok stories aren't as important as feed at the moment. And I'm going to stress at the moment, because we all know with social media networks, things might change. So stories are great if you've got 5 minutes, if you just want to add a little bit more in, great. But don't over stress about them just yet. Okay, so how do we create thumb-stopping content? So we understand our audience. We know why we're going to use this network. We understand search. We know how we're going to create them. How are we going to create thumb-stopping content? Well, first of all, we're not going to create content. We're going to create TikToks. And this is paramount. It's not like any other content you create anywhere else. We have to create TikToks. And how do we do that? Well, first of all, we have to catch attention really early. You've got 1.3 seconds to get someone's attention on social, and TikTok, I would say, is even less. So make sure you get their attention early. Really hook them in as quickly as humanly possible. So you can use things like shock tactics if you need to. You can use something cute. There's a huge psychology behind content, which is fear, food, faces, and connection. So how are you going to hook them in? How are you going to make them tick? And again, this is so different for every unique customer. It's why it's so important that you really spend that time understanding and building your customer personas early. Engage the audience. So do something that you know is going to appeal to your audience and appeal to your audience beautifully. So as I said, my TikTok is primarily full of horses and cats. I am both a horse and a cat owner. So I am presented straight away with lots of pictures of really cute horses doing cute things. So engage their audience, catch their attention, make them think. Everyone is the center of their own story on TikTok. So really embrace that and use people, use faces. We are desperate for a connection, so make sure we do that. Tell a story. So I've used the fingers here because actually one of my friends did this beautifully on TikTok the other day. She had text on the overlay that said, okay, here we go. She clicked her fingers and then it went into a video of different photos that told a story. But that click hooked us in and begun the story. So think, how can I tell a story in 15 seconds? And that story can be as simple as going for a walk. It could be as simple as telling us you're posh without telling us that you're posh. So it's about understanding how you can tell this short snippet of a story. And then we're going to use text. So I'm notoriously bad at this, but using text overlay, as we've seen earlier in the screenshots of people going for a walk with their phone, really does help people understand what they're going to see. And your text could be as simple as, wait for it. It could be as simple as weekends in Cornwall. It could be as simple as SEO secrets you need to know. It could be life of an entrepreneur. So don't be afraid to embrace text and take center stage. Everyone is the center of their own story. So you're going to have to centralize something within there. Don't try to put too much in. Have one centralized thing and have a person or an animal or something really telling that story. Have a focalized point. And then always keep it single message. Where possible, have a dapper cat, because everyone loves a dapper cat on TikTok. But have a really clear single message within each video. So it's not, I sell cat hats and they do this and they do that and they do the other. We sell a bowler hat for cats. Simple. We're a vet. This is a happy cat today. It's all about keeping a really single message all the time. And we see it so much in marketing. People go, and we've got this feature and this feature and this feature. Keep it simple. One single message per post, please. Have some fun. This is so fundamental across TikTok. Please make it fun. Please make it engaging. And this is actually the element as well that doesn't make it right for every business. It might be that TikTok isn't quite the right place because you have a very serious brand. And that does make it very hard to kind of have some fun. But then on the flip side of that, you do see some psychologists doing very well just by being very factual and speaking to camera. So they've dropped the fun element, but they kept that single message and they've taken center stage. So always think about this, and it's always a balance. Keep it short and sweet. So yes, you can now have much longer content on TikToks, but across the board, it tends to be the kind of short, sweet content does much better. And embrace trends. Unfortunately, within TikTok, you do really have to embrace the trends. And you'll see them pop up all the time just by using the platform. So think, oh, actually, how can I use that? So again, I've done one this week, which was I'm the professional attention seeker trend, and that was a trend in music. We've also been using the how do you know you're posh without telling us that you're posh trend for a client. So really look at the trends and see what's going on. And then look at the trending music as well. So that could be overarching a soundtrack. It could be music. It could be a voiceover, like I've explained. It could be a trending dance. It could be a trending activity. So really look for those trends and really understand it. And what can your TikToks be about? So this is such a huge kind of question, really. So the first bit of advice I would say is use the search results to create your content. So use search results and go, oh, actually, well, I know a really good day in a life of. But if you kind of can't think of that, there's a few other things to focus on and highlight. So you can highlight products. Do you sell pet rocks? I love pet rocks. I've always wanted a pet rock business. That's my confession. Do you sell pet rocks? Is that what you do? Could you share a day in the life of? Because actually that brings people down the sales funnel. It makes people engage much more with you. Can you value add? Can you give tutorials? So this is where it gets a little bit trickier for businesses, because actually we don't want to just be sitting there embracing, you know, the latest, these are my toenails pictures or something bizarre. Sorry, that was a really bizarre one that came to mind. We do need to value add. We do need to really showcase stuff. So can we go, this is how you use our new foundation. This is how you use our new eyeshadow. I've got a TikTok top tip for you. That kind of thing. Can you add some value? Can you do an unboxing? Love unboxing videos. They're great. And people get so excited. So this is a great thing to do by yourself. It's also a great thing to do with influencers. And of course, you can embrace trends. So you can do the latest dance. You can do the thing where you kick a toilet roll to each other. You can do a thing where you all show up somewhere in suits. Please don't disturb any films when you do that. But embracing trends also makes you appear much more humanistic. It makes you appear much more real. And that's really important when what we're doing is building a connection. So basically on TikTok, you can give anything a try, as long as it relates to your customers and as long as it relates to your business. And the key thing is to try. Because some things will work brilliantly and you'll be really excited and you'll be like, yes, I got it. And others will flop. So give it a try and see what really resonates with your audience. So I know that's an awful lot to take in. So I've got a few TikTok tips, top tips. This is like a tongue twister, this event. So here are my final words of wisdom before we go into the Q&A. So my first one is make TikToks. Don't make ads. Don't make obvious sales pitches. Make TikToks. Think search. When you're doing your content, how can I make this content last as long as possible? How can I maximize my chances to be seen? How can I really make this platform work hard for me? So think search. Don't get disheartened. Now, I had to read the slides myself about 5 or 6 times because I did a TikTok on Friday night. I was really excited about it. It's on my Instagram. It was flying on my Instagram. I was like, I'll put it on TikTok. And it's been seen by 20 people and it's made me really sad. But I'm taking my own advice. I'm not going to get disheartened. I'm going to do another little video tomorrow and I'm just going to see what happens. And when I say this, it's so easy for you guys to say, well, you know, Catherine, how do I know that's true? In your For You feed, just pick someone. Pick someone, that video's got loads of views. If you scroll back through their entire account, there'll be some with very, very little. And it might even be the video from yesterday had very little. So don't get disheartened, give it a go and see what happens. Keep it simple. Keep it as simple as humanly possible. It won't confuse the audience. It makes your life easier. And one of the best examples I can show of this is one of the biggest TikTok accounts in the world is the guy who simply explains the weird stuff everyone else does. So keep it really simple. Engage with your audience. Hook them in. Tell a story. Allow duets. Duet with them. Play with them. Engage that audience, and you know your audience better than anyone else, so really engage with them and bring them in. Make sure you check out Creator Center. Honestly, it's one of my favorite resources, and I think TikTok deliver much stronger resources than most other social networks. So check out TikTok Creator Center. And finally, just be brave with it. If you think that TikTok is the place for you to be, if you think it's worthwhile investment of your time and your energy, be brave, have a go and see what happens. So I think we've got loads of questions. So let me see what we've got. Hi, Amber.
Hello, Catherine. That was amazing. So much information there. We've got lots of questions for you, so we'll dig in just a second. I can see lots of people asking for recording. So you can catch up, no problem. We will send this to you after the session today, as we know we've got a lot of information here for you. Okay, so let's dig into the questions for the last 10 minutes of the session. So the first one for you is, how do you find real templates on Instagram other than finding it on others' content?
So far, that's the only way I found them. So okay. I got the update really late Friday night. I haven't had a big hunt around yet. I would imagine they will appear in Facebook Creator Studio at some point. But for now, the easiest place to find them, and potentially the only place to find them, is on other people's content. But okay. I don't think they're other people's templates. I imagine it's an IG thing. So don't feel like you're stealing stuff. It's all good.
Okay, cool, great, thank you. And this is a good question, actually. Is there a list of trending music, or does it just come up when watching other people's TikToks?
Ah, really good question. So you will see trending music when you're watching other people's TikToks. Mm-hmm. They will naturally appear more for you as well. But if you head over to Creator Center, it will tell you where all the trending tracks in the UK, and you can also split them down by industry. Mm-hmm. So if all the builders are getting on one song, that will show you as well. And it's all available for free. Just Google TikTok Creator Center and it will take you right there.
Great. I've also heard about apps. I think it's called Trend Talk, or other apps that are meant to be showing you trending music. I don't know if that's helpful for people.
Yeah, so apps like that are always great as well. I always just like to go straight to the platforms because it's their platform.
Yeah, so I also think those apps come with a fee, so probably best just to go to the Creator Center.
Yeah.
Okay, so what about having more than one TikTok account?
Oh, why would you have more than one TikTok account?
Maybe for different businesses?
So yeah, if you've got different businesses, that makes complete sense. And it's also complete sense to have you as a person on a different account to your business, because they are different entities.
Yeah.
Something I have seen as well work really nicely on TikTok is you've got your business account, but then you also create lots of influencer accounts or content creator accounts. So you've got these people acting as third parties, they're living their best life, but they just happen to wear a lot of your clothes or mention your business quite a lot. They are all controlled by a central being. But it's a very clever tactical way to kind of put social proof to really make the platform work very hard for you. Just be aware of how much work that actually is.
Okay, great. Got some questions around creating the actual TikTok. So what is your definition of a regular post per week, and how long should TikToks be?
So TikToks can be up to a minute, I think, at the moment. They're changing it quite often. I tend to keep mine quite short. And across the board, we do seem to see shorter videos doing better. There's always an exception to that rule. So some industries, for example, will see people watching the whole minute, which is great. I think short is better, because short is actually much more easy for people to create. It's easier to engage with. Regarding how many times you post a week, the TikTok's really nice, because unlike the other platforms where we're here going, you've got to do this, you've got to do this, you've got to do this. So actually, with TikTok, you can get away with less is more. So if you go, I can do one awesome TikTok a week, that's fine, you'll get away with that. Because actually it lives on feed for a much longer period of time, because it's going through this process. So once a week is fine. If you can do TikToks every day, awesome. But actually there's a big degree of flexibility there. So there's no real posting pressure. I once didn't post for like 3 months, wasn't penalized. All my videos still got the same number of reaches. It was sweet. So as often as you can is a nice way of doing it.
Cool. That's good, because I think I've heard in the past people recommending 3 TikToks a day, which can be a bit overwhelming for business owners. So that's nice to know it's not any strict rules and you won't be penalized for it. So next question is all about the target audience. So probably the number one question everybody wants to know, how do you increase followers and views?
So it's all about really optimizing the videos going into the For You feed. So it's about using trending music, anything that's, you know, if there's a trending dance, if there's like a trending activity anyone's doing, it's about creating a video that's going to engage on the good length. So like I said, I always really favor short and sweet, because actually it tends to get people to watch the whole thing, it tends to hook people in really quickly. So I always like that. It's about having a good caption, which hopefully can kind of utilize the search as well. It's about hashtagging with purpose. And then it's about just showing up. So there is no magic wand with it. We were talking about this in the office actually last week, because the other Catherine had a video that really flew. And it was literally just her mouthing along, doing one of the miming things. And it really, really went. And when your videos go really far, your followers naturally grow. So it's very much a case of showing up, being active on the platform, following people, unfollowing people, engaging with people, and telling everyone that you're actually on TikTok.
Okay. Amazing. Okay, so next one is, so if I hit different target audiences, would I make a TikTok for each persona?
Yeah, 100%. And actually that will make your life on TikTok much easier. Because what it will do is you can go, this is a video for my audience who love men's shoes. Here's a video for my audience that loves women's shoes. Because actually then they'll run, they'll go their different ways, and it really maximizes your chances. So yes. Okay.
Great, that's really helpful. And final question on target audience. Do you know the age breakdown for TikTok users? I know you said it's across the board, all age groups are using it.
So it's really interesting because you can't get the information out from below the age of 18. They aren't allowed to share it. There is a phenomenal report, which the name has just completely left me, but I will share it on my Twitter and things afterwards, which has the full breakdown. It's like the digital report 2022, and it shares absolutely everything. Gen Z is the big one, so that 1997 to 2012, but it could actually be much younger, but we don't know about that because they're not allowed to tell us.
Okay, great. Okay, so I actually had quite a few questions around using TikTok as a charity or non-profit. So Georgina has said, have you got any content ideas? We don't particularly sell anything and only want people to help as many people as we can.
Oh, that's an awesome question. So there'll be a few different ways you could look at that from the charity sector. So a big one could be value adding. So I've seen, I could just see a question for a mental health charity, so I'll just use that. So it could be a really nice thing of like, here's a quick way to support your mental health. Here's a quick success story. Here is a quick guide. This is something that we are doing. This is something that we are delivering. So actually, there's going to be a big element of value adding. There's going to be a big element of actually encouraging people to support you in whichever way you want. So that could be donations, in which case it's going to be worth you sharing your current campaign, sharing what you're working on. It could be a case of you going, actually, we need volunteers. So it could be things like a day in the life of a volunteer. So it's about looking at your content pillars, and that's something that stands across all social media networks, is your content themes and pillars don't change, it's the platform. So it's about understanding what you're currently working on and then going from there, if that makes sense.
That does make sense. Thank you. Okay, I know we've got 2 minutes left. So we've got a few questions about selling on the platform. Do we know what sells well on TikTok, i.e. categories?
I don't know off the top of my head because it's quite big, but there is a list, TikTok e-com, which explains it all.
Wow. Okay, cool. If we could get that link, we can share it in the follow-up email for everyone.
Yeah.
So can you embed a booking system in TikTok?
Not at the moment. So at the moment, Shopify is the big one, which is going through. I believe they're working on lots of other stuff, but at the moment, it's very much business accounts get a link in profile. And then everything else is very much work in progress. But Shopify is working really nicely.
Cool. That answers my next question about Shopify and WooCommerce.
WooCommerce is work in progress. I mean, I thought it would be live quite quickly after Shopify. It hasn't been. I mean, I'm assuming it's work in progress. There may be some kind of inclusivity deal there. I don't know. Exclusivity deal. You know what I mean? But Shopify is working really, really nicely.
Okay, great. Thank you. And my last question for you that I've seen pop up a lot is, can we re-upload content from other platforms and resize it for TikTok? What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, 100%. So either use Premiere Pro or, again, you'll notice I have no design skills because I use Canva. So I just drag and drop my portrait, my landscape videos in, it crops them down, and then you've got them on your phone and you can upload them to TikTok. So 100% make all of your existing video content work really hard, really make it sweat.
Cool, amazing. Well, thank you so much for all the information today, Catherine. I can see lots of thank yous in the chat and people have been following you on TikTok. So we'll include Catherine's TikTok in the follow-up email so you can check out her content. A massive thank you for all of you attending today. Enjoy your week and we'll see you all very soon. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.